Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back, and in this video I'll be talking about what locks have taught me about life. What my locks have taught me about life. What locks in general have taught me about life. And before I get into it, I do want to let you all know that my new book launches on September 7th. My new book is called More Than a Hair Journey 2, the 15th Lockiversary edition. So this is my revised and updated version of More Than a Hair Journey 1, the Black Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Lock Maintenance. So it's packed with new lessons, new chapters, new experiences, new story times, new insights on my journey of love, life, friends, family, business, purpose. Definitely grab you a copy. And of course, it has my lock maintenance tips in there, of course. If my free content has served you over the past 15 years, I would greatly appreciate it if you grabbed yourself a copy and grabbed a copy for the locked loved one in your life, and grab a couple extra copies to gift to other people that you think may find value in it. And if you know somebody who watches my channel, gift them a copy too. Be sure to be on my mailing list for more details on that, but I'll also have necessary links down below. So number one, now this is going to be the most obvious. The number one thing that my locks have taught me about life is the importance of patience. And I know y'all saw that one coming, but I want to get the obvious one out the way. Patience. You have to be patient when it comes to the actual locking process, right? Your locks don't lock overnight unless you get instant locks, which I don't think that's the route that most of us are taking. You need patience for your locks to lock. You need patience for your locks to grow and reach your goal length, if you have a goal length, that is. You need patience in the process of the wash days, the washing, the drying, the styling, and retwisting, and all of that. You need patience throughout it all. And I've noticed that in other areas of my life, in moments where patience would serve me and I feel myself being impatient, I remind myself, no, that is a lie. I am patient. And I've shown myself to be patient in these ways. So in the times where you are in between destinations, where you need to be patient, that's the time to embrace where you are in the process. That's the best way to be patient. You can either embrace it or you can completely ignore it. For instance, if you are on a long line at CVS and you feel impatient on that line, maybe you should be watching a YouTube video, watching a podcast or something to distract you from the fact that you are on this line for an hour. Back to locks. If you are locking your hair and you feel like it's taking so long for your hair to hit a certain goal, maybe you should have a hobby, something to take your mind off of how slow your hair is growing. And if you want to speed up your hair growth, definitely check out some of my videos. What are you here for? Here's one video I recommend, but I highly do also recommend that you incorporate the horsetail leaf growth oil. It is a great oil for strength and growth because they both matter. Being consistent with the horsetail leaf growth oil definitely pays off. Speaking of consistency, number two, consistency pays off. Being consistent with your hair protection, being consistent with your moisturizing, being consistent with your cleansing, and being consistent with your retwisting. They all pay off. And what are the rewards of being consistent in those areas? Being consistent in protecting your hair helps you to retain your length. Your hair is not breaking off as much. Your hair is not over drying, or drying out, I should say. Being consistent with your moisturizing keeps your hair soft and shiny. Being consistent with your cleansing keeps you build-up free. And being consistent with your retwisting makes it easier for you to retwist each time because you are keeping your parts sharp and easier to handle. Even when I don't have a retwist, which is how my hair is right now, my parts are still sharp. And that is because of my consistency. Can you guys see? I have no idea if you guys saw that at all. I have no idea. But Yes, consistency pays off for your lock journey. But obviously, do I need to explain why consistency pays off in other areas of your life? Obviously, consistency pays off if you are consistent in your diet, if you're consistent with your workout routine, if you're consistent with your studying, if you're consistent with moving up in a job, if you're consistent with nurturing your relationships. It pays off. So that's something that I think about. So yeah, that consistency is something I think about a lot when it comes to my lock journey and the parallels into real life. I said real life as if locks are not part of my real life, but you know what I mean. Locks have also taught me about letting go. We want to hold on to every inch of hair, even if that inch of hair is damaged, run down, toe up. Trim it off. Let it go. Your hair will look so much healthier without that piece of straggly hanging on. Let it go. And of course, when it comes to people in our lives or things that happen in our past, once we let that go, we feel so much lighter energetically, and we realize how much of a burden holding on to these people or these memories, these events, how much harm that's caused. Let it go. And last but not least, imperfections are beautiful. The truth is, nobody's locks are perfect. What are perfect locks anyway? Okay? Some people do tell me all the time that my locks are perfect. My locks are not perfect. What is perfect? My locks are in different sizes. My locks have different textures. Some of my locks have frizzy ends. Some of my locks have sealed ends. Some of my locks have curly ends. Very few have curly ends, but some of them look like this with a frizzy end. Some of my locks look like this with a curly end. Right? Your uniqueness makes you beautiful. Your uniqueness gives you authenticity. Your uniqueness brings you character. So I think that's super key to remember when it comes to accepting the beauty of your own locks and the beauty of you as a person and of other people. You know, do you remember the individual who stands out for being different? Or do you remember the individual who reminds you of everybody else in the world? Just saying. I feel like my locks add to my uniqueness, and it helps me to appreciate the uniqueness in others as well. So those are some things that my locks have taught me about life. I kept it real cute. If I really, really sat down and meditated on it, I'm sure I could come up with a lot more things. Help me out and leave me a comment down below and let me know what are some things that locks have taught you about life. And make sure you head over to KeishaCharmaine.com and grab your Horsetail Leaf Growth Oil, the Rosewater Moisturizer, the Emu Oil Growth Drops, and the Rosewater Refill. You can get all of those 4 products together in our bundle, the Nurture with Nature box. And that way you can save when you bundle. Save some money. I really appreciate you supporting KeishaCharmaine.com, and I really appreciate you getting More Than a Hair Journey 2, the 15th Lockiversary edition. Love, light, and locks.